Hello everyone, this is my Dragonknight tank build. I call this build the blockmaster because I can block permanently and the most effective way. I mean, I can my block mitigation is the top. Now you'll see what I mean as we progress. So the attributes are all in stamina because our skills consume stamina, and of course block consumes stamina. As you see, I have some weapon critical because I put some champion skills into the damage tree. So that's why I do some PvP time to time. And since this is a perma block build, you don't have to worry about stamina recovery, because even if your stamina recovery is really high, it doesn't matter, because when you block, your stamina recovery will be 0. As you see, I have magicka recovery and atabilirsiniz. This is the only way we can maintain our stamina. If you don't have enough magicka recovery, you won't be able to hold your stamina. It will drain. Now, health recovery is not important in my opinion, but you can invest in some if you want. Now I've been playing tank since I started this game, and the conclusion I got is the max health is not that important, because if you follow the strategies, you'll never get one shot if you are blocking. It doesn't matter, even if you don't block, you won't get one shot if you follow strategies, of course. Maximum stamina is 27%, 28 actually. I'm using 3 stats, health, potions, food. You can use where's that? You can use this, but in dungeons I have many magicka skills, really. Yeah, so that's why I need a big magicka pool rather than high magicka recovery. I'm actually combining them. I get the maximum magicka from food and the recovery from atabilirsiniz. Okay, now my spell resist is 27, physical resistance 25. Now these will be at hard cap. Now as you see, I use shuffle. Here you go. Now my items are purple, green, yeah. So when I hit all of them to yellow, this will be 33k, which is the hard cap, and this will be higher, and I'm using champion points to make this hit the hard cap, so it will be 33k too. Now let's go to attributes, items. Yeah, armor master. Now, as I said, maximum health is not important. I will use prismatic enchants, multi-effect enchantment on only big pieces, because little ones are not worth it. Yeah. So the most important set for this build is Armor Master. The most common mistake people do is using this. This is a mistake because when you use immovable, your resistances will be so high. Let me show you. Yeah, do you see that? 37k. You don't get mitigation after 33. The 4.5 resistance is useless. So what I do is getting 20% dodge chance. Now the Armor Master is superior to the Histbark, just because only this. Because Histbark gives you dodge chance only when you are blocking. There will be times you won't block. So keeping this up will give you maximum mitigation, which immovable all give you, and you will get 20% dodge chance for a higher duration, 23 seconds, and it removes snares, gives immunity, stuff. Now I'm using Footman because this build is all about mitigation. I'm getting maximum health, spell resistance, physical resistance, and the most important, block mitigation. This is a huge difference. 12% it may not seem good, but it's definitely worth it. You should get, by the way, you can get yellow jewelry from Dragonstar Arena weekly. I'm using gloves. I will change this with Veteran Ondart 14 version, and boots, gloves. By the way, don't if you can find gloves, get gloves, because I was using belt. Belt doesn't give Divine's effect. Belt gives exploration, like the boot. If you get boot and belt as footman, you will use one Divine's effect. That's why I'm using gloves and boots. My chest is Armor Master, my belt, my legs, sword and shield, Armor Master, all of them. And of course Engine Guardian to keep my sustain. Now the thing is, another common mistake, when people don't use Engine Guardian because they think it's only useful when it gives stamina. That's wrong. Now let's see, let me finish my stamina. I hope I'll get a proc from Engine Guardian. Come on. Yep, here. Yeah, what I want is health. Now, this is very important because health gives you survival, which means you can use heavy attacks without blocking. If you use your magicka, you will get stamina too, because this. When you are getting magicka from Engine Guardian, just spam this Igneous Shield and you'll get 5% stamina. And you'll be spamming Igneous Shield very good. Yeah, I mean a lot. And if it gives you stamina, that's the best, of course. You can, if you are already at high stamina, you can buff yourself again. Use absorb magic to give you a nice shield if there are any casters around. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go to skills. Now the first skill is Pierce Armor. Actually, I wanted to use Ransack, but healers using Combat Prayer, I think Combat Prayer gives me minor. So just to be making sure DPS doesn't use Fracture and Breach, I'm using this. It doesn't matter actually. Heroic Slash, the most important thing. Let me tell you this. The movement speed debuff, it doesn't work on bosses. That's why you get the target is immune thing right here. When you hit a boss with this, it will say target is immune. It is immune to the snare. It is not immune to the minor main. You will reduce their damage by 15%. That's huge. And 12 seconds. But the main reason we are using this is minor heroism. You need to keep this up all the time. You should do a light attack and a heroic slash, animation cancel and block. You'll be mostly blocking most of the time, so it's better if you use this as an animation cancel. When you light attack, you get major heroism for some time, and if you combine it with minor heroism, your ultimate regeneration will be better. Yeah. Igneous Shield, I don't use this for the shield it gives. I use this for the stamina. As I said, helping hands, when I use this, I get 5% stamina. This empty my stamina quickly. Oh, don't give me stamina. Come on. Come on. Okay, okay. Now, my stamina is not recovering. It's 6% now. Let's look at them. Yep. 11, 16, 21, 26. Yeah. I cast 4 and get 20% stamina with my magicka pool. And as you see, it recovers really fast. And my food ran out. Yep. Now it should be around 5 or 6 times. It means 30% or 35. Now you know the reason of the attract. The more regeneration we got on magicka, the more we cast Igneous Shield. If you're not a perma block tank, you can use Serpent, but I don't think it will be as good as this. Now Shuffle. Shuffle actually gives us health in this build, because while you have an armor ability slot, increase your maximum health by 5%. Now, when I change bars, as you see, my health drops about 1k. That's because of shuffle. I try to keep shuffle up all the time because it's a kind of a stamina regeneration actually. Let's say you are blocking, when a target hits you, your stamina will be gone. But if you dodge it, you won't spend any stamina. So 23 seconds. Every one of the 5 attack goes to waste. It doesn't drain your stamina. Think of it like this. It's a damage mitigation as well. Kind of. It's really useful, more useful than immobile. And absorb magic. I think this is the key skills for this build. When there are a lot of casters around and your healer is dead, you can survive just by using this. This is an amazing skill, really amazing. It will heal you for 15% of your maximum health, and the thing is, it absorbs the damage, all of it. Let's say you are level 1 and there's a veteran 16 sorcerer throwing you fragment. You pop this, it won't damage you. Also, it will heal you too. This is incredible. The amount of damage you can block is increased by 8%. As I said, this build blocks the most efficient way, and the cost of blocking is reduced by 8%. I don't have to really explain this actually. Magma Shell. This is the, I think, most overpowered, most powerful actually ultimate in game, because what it does is giving you immortality. It caps your incoming damage at 3% of your max health, of course. It doesn't matter. Whatever hits you, like Imperial City, Prison, Atronax, when they enrage, they one-shot you, even though you block, right? You pop magma, you are safe. This is an incredible skill. You must use this. Also, if you use the ultimate, Battle Roar will give you health, magicka, and stamina. I don't actually see the detailed resource it gives, but it gives around 30 or 40k. I mean 30 or 40%. So it's really good. Let's go to second part. Cinderstorm. I don't have caltrops right now. I don't do PvP that much, but all I can tell you is Cinderstorm has a smaller radius, a smaller area, but caltrops reducing movement speed 30%, and it costs a lot of stamina. We are trying to keep our stamina up. When you use this, 6k stamina, it's a lot for 30% movement reduction. But Cinderstorm, it's magicka based, and now this is the important part, 70% movement speed reduction. I don't use eruption because doing DPS is DPS's job. I'm trying to get the most of the CC out of the skill. So when I use this, let's say I'm a monster, and I get in this, I get 70% reduction, and when I get out of it, I still have 70% reduction for what? 1.1 second. It matters really, because when you put this on a trash, they won't be getting running next to you and attacking the people who are behind you. If your CC is not strong enough, you will see the monsters will go next, go beyond and attack the people, attack your teammates. So that's why I think this is a better CC than Caltrops. I know Caltrops have a taunt, actually, acts like a taunt, but you don't have to use that much stamina to keep the taunt off them. Now, what I do is put this and block and chain the iMusic extended chains, chain the ranged monsters into the storm. They'll be slowed too, and I use this choking talons. I don't use burning because it's about damage. Choking talons give minor maim, reducing their damage 15% for 7 seconds. It's incredible, really, because a lot of DPS, a lot of damage dealers, they just jump in 5 or 6 monster and use impulse or steel tornado. They get damage while they're in the middle of monsters. So using this will help them, will help healer too. Healer won't feel any pressure, and as well as the DPS. Inner fire, I didn't see any reason to morph this. Yeah, because I don't want to use stamina for both of my taunts, and I don't use, and nobody uses the synergy of inner fire, inner rage. You can just keep it this way. And this is the I don't use this actively, but I only use this where healer is down, or I need to get lots of heal when I need to. You see, I don't use green Dragonknight because I don't need stamina recovery. This one gives me healing pursuit, 8%. Actually, it's not 8%, it's 20%. Let's see. Yep, here. 12% healing received while a draconic power ability is active. This attacks with this, so it will be 20%. It's really useful. If you went to the White Gold Tower, there are Daedrots, big ones, about 1 million health. They put a damage over time effect on you, and it gets bigger as the time goes. So you'll need lots of heals while fighting it. So I pop this at 80% because it enrages at 80%, and I go back to my main bar and block. Use shuffle. That's it. Just to make healer heal me better. And of course standard of might. Now let me tell you when I use this. You can change it with, where is it? A Warhorn, aggressive Warhorn of course, to give your team boost. But I use this to get the pressure. I mean, this gives you a damage reduction buff and reduce the healing on the enemy. So when I use this, when I feel like I won't die, but I'm feeling a little bit of pressure, I use standard of might to give me the damage reduction buff and clearing trash or killing the boss faster, because it does some damage. 1700 per second, not bad. This build doesn't deal any damage at all, but it's the tankiest build I have ever seen. So if you wanna be a full tank, this is the way. Your mitigation is at the top. I mean, it will be for me if your champion point is higher and your items are yellow. Yours will be. Let's go to champion points now. Block expertise 74 points and 1 in spell shield. This only 1 point is really important because let's say I have 27,000. 1% of it is high. If I put the point here in block expertise, 0.2%, it doesn't worth it. Just put 1 into this. It will increase your spell resist a lot. It should be around 200, I guess. 270. Okay, I don't know if you see it, but I only give 75 just to get this. Increase armor of equipped shields by 75%. Now let's look at the shield. It's divines. Oh, and I didn't show you the traits. This is infused. I am trying to get heavy reinforced. If you can get heavy reinforced, use that and make your belt light armor. This is medium reinforced. Divines, medium divines will be better. Yeah. And divines on shields, defending on swords, healthy, robust. Yeah. Let's go to champion points again. Lady is empty. Now, heavy armor focus. When I hit this to 100 points, my physical resistance will be capped. That's why I'm using this. You can put your points heavy armor focus from hardy and elemental defender. I recommend elemental defender mostly because most of the dungeons include flame damage, and New Imperial City prison is kinda poison and disease based, but flame is really important, so I would go 2 elemental defender, 1 hardy. Now, Warlord 75 points and 23 magician. You can put 3 points into Warlord and 1 point into magician because we use stamina more. I mean, we don't use a lot of stamina, but we are using magicka based skills more often. But the thing is, our stamina is really valuable. So when I use my skills, use my stamina skills, I want them to cost less because it's valuable. I don't want my stamina drained by only one skill. That's why. And this is of course for igneous shield. This is empty. And tumbling, of course, 5. I only spent 13 just to make this straight number, 5%. You can spend more. This is empty. This is empty, and here is mighty. I will max this to 100. 30 precise strike, 1 piercing. I use like this because I do some PvP time to time. If you are not a PvP person, if you don't do PvP, don't use this. Put all your points into blessed and F1. Maximize blessed and go F1 after that. When you put all your points into blessed, your dragon blood will heal you more. It will give you survival. When your healer is down, you won't feel as much pressure. I think that's it. There's nothing else to cover, I think. Yeah, and I'm a Dunmer haircut. As I said, maximum health is not that important. You should have at least 25,000, but you don't have to have 40k, 50k health. The important thing is keeping your resources, magicka and stamina, high as much as you can. It's all about stamina and magicka. If you have stamina, you won't die. There's no way you can die if you have stamina. And magicka, of course, gives you stamina, so yeah. Keep your magicka drained all the times. Just don't wait for it to. Don't keep your magicka at 100%. Use igneous shield. Just don't. Let me tell you about the advantages and the disadvantage. Advantage are really good because you don't get damage at all. The mitigation is so high. You won't even feel some of the damage the bosses hit. I mean, yeah. When you calculate it, there's a damage mitigation topic on the Elder Scrolls forum. You can read it, and you'll see a DK tank with footman, absorb magic or defensive posture, the other move, I don't know which one you use, doesn't matter. And where is it? Iron skin. Dragonknight has the most damage mitigation because of this. Yeah. It should be around 70. I'm sorry, 70 is not true. 87%, I think. Yeah, it should be 87 or 88%. When you block, let's say you unequip all your gear, nothing on you, and you don't block, something hits you for 100. You get all your gear and block, it hits you for 12 or 13. It's really good, really. This build is all about damage mitigation and tankiness. And your resource management is really high too, because Magma Shell is a low cost ultimate actually. Generating 200 ultimate is not hard. You can use this really often. Your resources will not be drained. Ignis shield, stuff. And about disadvantage, you don't have any self heal beside this. And I said I don't use this actively to heal myself, because keeping on this bar gives you more survival. When I go into there, my health drops, my damage, my block mitigation drops, because I don't have absorb magic here. I use Dragon Blood only when healer is dead, or I need to get more healing. That's it. You need to inform your healer that when your health drops low, you won't be healing yourself. Tell him that, and he should be more focused on you. This is the only disadvantage of this build. No self-healing. The only self-heal you have maybe the ultimates. When used on ultimate, Battle Roar gives you health, magic and stamina. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy this build and this video. I'm sorry for my English. By the way, I'm playing on the PC European server. You can whisper me, but I prefer mail. If you have any questions, I won't be. In case I can't answer you with whisper, just mail me. Okay, see you soon.